Yesterday, somebody asked when we talk about Gilgulim of Bilam, of Eve, are also Gilgulim of some previous lives. So I told them it's the broad in Sforim that most of people today, they're not neshomos chadoshes, they're all old neshomos all recycling over here. So something that relates to that, here's what the Gemara in Chagiga, Daf Gimel Amud Beis, the Gemara has like this. Ton Rabbana, Ezu Shoite. The Gemara talks about over there who have the chiyuv, who has the chiyuv to go to Aliyah L'Regel 3 times a year. And the Gemara says, Cheres Shoite v'Koden Apotor. The Gemara says, what's the definition of a Shoite? Ton Rabbana, Ezu Shoite. The Gemara brings you 3 signs, 3 symptoms to highlight a Shoite that is Potor Aliyah L'Regel. 1, Ayoytza Yichidi Balayla, somebody that goes out at night by himself. We're talking about not the places like you have light, you have people, you're going at the old days, there's no light, nothing, normal people don't go out at night. They're afraid of animals, of robbers. If he goes out always at night by himself, that's a sign is a shoita. Second sign, Va'alon b'beis hakvoros, somebody going to sleep in the cemeteries. Who sleeps in the cemeteries? If he goes and sleeps in cemeteries, that's a sign is a shoita. And the third one, v'makareya es ksusoi. If he tearing his garment, his clothing, he's tearing them all the time. You see, he's wearing a shirt, he tears it. It's a sign. It's not normal. Who goes and tears his clothing? It's a shoita. There's a machlokes if you need to see all the 3 signs together or not. Machlokes Ravuna, Rav Yochanan. But that's what the Gemara says a shoita is. Today we're going to talk about just one of them. The time allows to talk about one of them. Well, we said one of the simanim, that the second siman, halon b'beis hakvoros, somebody sleeps at the cemeteries. In the Sefer Ilona de Chayim, the original publisher had his own notes on it. It's called Mat'ame Yitzchak. He brings over there like this. That's what he writes. He brings his Atik Divrei HaKodesh Rav Yevi, he says, in Parshas Yisro. V'zel L'shoina. He says, Gemara Chagiga Ton Rabbanan. Ezu Shoite, and again, one of them we just said, Halon b'beis hakvoros. So again, we're going to talk about just one of them now. I'm going to skip everything else. It says like this. As we know, that a person comes to this world to have a tikkun. To have a tikkun. Everybody has his own tikkun, everybody has his own weakness, and that's what you have to fix. And when he goes after 120 to Elam Ha'emes, if he did not masaken his neshama, if he didn't complete his tikkun, they're going to send him again and again and again till he fixes himself. It becomes Muslim. He fixes it all, whatever he could do. Mashlim from the Torah. So the Gemara said like this. One of the simanim of Ashroit Halon b'beis hakvoros mean like this. They send the neshama down to this world. Let's say the neshama was here in America. Lived there for 120 years. Then he passed away. Then they bury him. They're going to the cemetery in Greshet. He has a stone over there. It says over there, Kan Nitman Rab Moshe ben Rab Chaim Halevi. Okay? Then this neshama comes to Elam Ha'emes. They say, listen, you didn't do what you were supposed to do over here. You didn't complete your tikkun. We're going to send you again. And this time they send this neshama to Europe. He comes born a newborn baby with that old neshama that was here. And he lives over there for many years. And he dies over there. And they ride over there in a cemetery. They bury him in a Jewish cemetery in England. And they ride over there. Kan Nitman Rab Yochanan ben Rab Lezer HaKoyen. Okay? Yes. So this neshama has already 2 stones. One in America, one in London. Then he comes into Elam Ha'emes. They tell him, listen, you didn't complete your tikkun. They send him again. This time he was born in Russia. And so on and so forth. So this guy, he comes down to this world. He dies every time on a different name. It's the same neshama with different containers, different bodies. And he has stones in America and Russia and Europe and Israel. All over the world, this one man, one neshama, have stones. he's buried in the place. It says that's the pshat. One of the simonim of Hashoita, alon b'ves hakvoros. He sleeps in the cemeteries, meaning this neshama is buried in different cemeteries. The reason he has so many cemeteries in America and Europe and Russia, all over the world, because he never completed his tikkun. So every time they send him back to tikkun, so they told him that's a simon of Hashoita. You're Hashoita. Why didn't you? If you would complete yourself, and the first time they will not send you, they will not recycle you so much your neshama in different bodies. So that's one of the simonim of Hashoita. That according to this, really in a certain way, we all, like I said, we're all neshomas, not neshomas chadoshos, we're all recycling in a shtickle way. We're all a shtickle shoitim. So what to do? We're not perfect. There is one shortcut for it. We have to try to correct ourselves. There's one shortcut for it. It's like this: you do the best you can. However, there's another inyan. The Alter Rebbe also brings this, that you have to, according to Arizal, you have to do all the mitzvahs. So how could you do all the mitzvahs? Let's say a mitzvah, machzir grushosei. Let's say you never divorce. How are you going to machzir grushosei? Let's say there's a mitzvah only Kohen could do, only a Levi could do. So on and so forth. There's many. Pidyon Aben, you don't have a firstborn. How are you going to do Pidyon Aben? And so on and so forth. Not every mitzvah is shayach to you. It says that some mitzvahs klolis, like mitzvah of the king, a melech, he does for everybody. Otherwise, how are you going to do all the mitzvahs? He says you have to come back to this world till you're going to do all the mitzvahs and learn the Torah with all the levels of Torah. Pshat, Remesh, Drush, Soid. So it's almost impossible. Then we're going to come here forever. When Geula going to come, we're going to be here forever recycling. Our neshama is going to be recycled over here. There's one tikkun. That's what says the Arizal before davening. We have to say, when we have true avas Yisrael to each other, through avas Yisrael, we could complete the tikkun faster. Why? Because each one of us does the tikkun for someone else. The one that did the mitzvah machzir grushosa is moitzi with avos Yisrael. Whoever didn't do that yet. The one that pidyon aben is moitzi everybody else. The Levi moitzi everybody, the Kohen, and so on. But with avos Yisrael, it's become like one organism. And when you want us to, so collectively we bring a tikkun, and then we could, if at least we have that mitzvah avos, we're doing a shortcut, a bypass to that system of, and we could bring the shleimus, the completion, into the geula. So that's that's the. If we don't want to go back and forth into Gilgulim, that's so important, the mitzvah of Avos Yisrael, and that's how also they explain the pasuk by Zechariah, Layotze v'bo and Shalom. The pasuk in Zechariah says, whoever goes in and out, there's no peace. So they explain according to the Arizal, Layotze v'bo, somebody goes out of this world, Layotze. And then Ba comes back, Gilgulim. The reason he comes back and forth is being recycled, and Shalom, because there's no Shalom, there's no Avas Yisrael. If they would have Shalom, they would have Avas Yisrael. They wouldn't be Yoitzav Ba. They wouldn't go in and out from this world. They would complete their tikkun before. So that's why it's important for the inyan of Geula to have that Avas Yisrael, because with that we're collectively together, completing each other, and that's we're going to be stop coming in Gilgulim, and the Geula will come. That's Hashem.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.